The plant's been lost out there in the Wollemi since the 80s. There's been potential sightings, but so far, all tracks have led to nowhere. There was an expedition from the University of Sydney. They set out to find the plants, but the black snakes, the brown snakes, and the heat were too much, and they had to turn back. It was even said a helicopter would be needed to reach the recorded points hidden amongst the labyrinth of canyons. This elusive mint bush was first found, at least by European ancestors, in the 1800s. Then not again for another 50 odd years. That then takes us to the most recent sighting of 1988. Almost 40 years ago, despite the wild dogs, snakes and heat, Colin Gibson documented his tales, discovering the Bayrami Valley population of Prostanthera discolor. To this day, his words are the last known reference to what's been coined the Prostanthera Trail.
From our data analysis, we found that the reference species really likes those gullies in the dark areas, and we've put this into the system and got these data visualizations where we can really see that indeed they do love these really deep gullies out in the shadows. And with this technology, we can really start to understand and clearly see that, rather than using these sort of more older techniques. So that's the beauty of this technology. We can really help us along our way.
Prostanthera discolor is currently known from one area, so there's really only one population out there, which puts the species at a pretty high risk of potential extinction or huge population decline if there were to be consecutive high intensity fires. So being able to confirm that there is a second population in a relatively distinct area will provide an extra sort of security benefit to the species.
Although the genetic heterogeneity of the population is unknown, based on its size and known isolation, inbreeding depression can pose a real threat to the long-term viability, especially when combined with a changing climate and exposure to disease.
In this original contact for the start of this project, we're given a GPS point. That point was from an expedition that two ecologists, Colin Gibson and Robert Miller, went out looking for rare plants in the Wollemi National Park. What they talk about in this journal article, it doesn't match the GPS point that we were given. So instantly, we started scratching at the surface of this mysterious plant, but now there's a mystery even around this GPS point. The first mystery was to get in touch with Colin and Robert to try and figure out, is this GPS location that we've been tasked to go to even the right spot?
Hey fellas. Nice to meet you both.
Robert.
Thanks, nice to meet you. Hi Robert, I'm Jack, the enigmatic pair.
Yeah, thank you. I've got the map on the table inside.
Great, well maybe we go in and let's
Yeah,
have a look.
please.
Good, yeah.
And I've actually got little X's. There it is there. P discolor.
Oh, amazing.
And one there. That's long arm, Bayrami long arm. And that's a side branch of Bayrami, what the locals call Bayrami right hand.
I don't know if you could say there was an abundance of this thing at any site, but
small populations, very localised, like a lot of mint bushes.
Yeah.
As George Altifer said of them, they are lovers of the shadowland. So yeah, they're very particular about where they grow, and often in hard to get at places, deep gullies, under cliffs.
Well, shall we have a look at the samples?
Yeah.
That's the Honeysuckle Creek material.
the most distinguishing feature about Prostanthera discolor is the contracted inflorescence. As you can see, still in the original paper back in the day, with a quick scribble on it as it was being pressed. As you can see, the leaves are quite a bit wider.
Yeah.
as the name implies, you can clearly see it's got discolorous leaves. So for the genetic diversity, this is, an important collection.
From conservation perspective, being able to obtain genetic material from this other population just ensures that any plants that we have outside of their wild setting are as genetically diverse as they can be.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Enjoy the wild dogs.
Thanks, Cole. Thanks, Rob. Thank you. So that went really well today. Then reminisce about their adventures together as well was really special. So the amount of information that we've got, couldn't have asked for more, and we're ready to get out there and find the plant ourselves now.
Have you got? I've got this bladder here.
Bunch of gators for everyone.
Actually, so first we're going to go check the reference population, of course to make sure it's in flower, but also to get our eye in and to pick out any key characteristics. Our only task is to go find the plant, like that's pretty special. And you don't often get an opportunity to do stuff like that, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hi, this is my first vlog. I'm here.
Okay, so we're here at Honeysuckle Creek and we think we may have found the Prostanthera discolor at the reference population. So we're just going to go have a closer look.
So we're thinking it's probably not.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not strongly aromatic. It's not aromatic.
No, this
At all.
the one from UNSW was like
Good get it.
really strong.
Okay.
Oh, it's not aromatic at all. No.
No.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Yeah, just trying to find it. There were records along this side, but they're not it. So we'll go in further and have a look.
Ooh, that's looking good.
The deeper purple. Yeah.
Oh, that smells good.
Does it? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah! Holy,
so
that looks
strong.
exactly like it, right?
Makes me a lot more optimistic because we can see that it's in flower, which is great. Makes it a lot easier to find. And then seeing where it was growing, in what areas, really helps us refine in where we're going to be looking. So, yep, exactly what we want when we find the reference population. Good.
Just plot behind it.
Maybe Liv, if you take one of those. Yeah, so today the plan is to hit 2 locations that were found nearly 40 years ago. So yeah, fingers crossed they're still there. But that's the mission today, is to find those 2 spots. All right, time to get on the trail of the Prostanthera.
Yeah. Yeah.
red. Oh, sorry, little.
Yeah, it is nice.
Keep an eye out for the plants in these shadowlands.
I used to call it Philandra, but that's not right.
Logging more birds. 31 species this morning.
Sweaty, yeah.
So we're on the saddle now. That'll be Crypt Hill just in front of us, which is where we want to be, and we're just going to drop down about 100 metres down into the shadows, which is where our first Prostanthera discolor recording is meant to be. Perfectly north. So yeah, head down. Keep your eyes peeled. Out of these doors.
Yeah.
You get exposed to more things.
Exactly.
It's like I feel like my eyes are seeing purple.
Approaching the moment of truth. It's meant to be just down in the valley here. Man, this boy is skinny. Getting a little nervous because I was hoping we might have found it by now. There's a lot of other purple coloured flowers out at the moment, so we've got the Hardenbergia there, so we're getting a few false leads, but we'll keep going and hopefully it's not too much further.
Did you say you found it? No. No, okay. A lot of fire scarring downstream. It's similar to here, but like almost all the canopies been burnt out. It's very dense sort of vine thickets around the creek. This area looks like there's a bit more diversity, so we'll keep trying.
Cruci Dam strangled this spot. It would be still quite shadowy and dark in there. I think we get as far as into that gully and then we'll call it, head up to the top of Crypt Hill and then go look for the second spot.
At the moment, there's Prostanthera here, and at the reference population, this sort of graded into an area where we found the Prostanthera discolor. So kind of a good indicator maybe. Have to go down and find out. Look, it's hard work, you know. Gotta take some time off.
And now we're heading upriver, up Bayrami Creek. Well, at the confluence, we're going to go upstream and yeah, into a canyon. Should all be suitable habitat. There is a recording up there that we're going to try and get to. So yeah, this is our second chance of finding Prostanthera.
Massive brachychiton. Yeah.
I just had a snake run straight under my legs. Down in there.
Nutmeg.
Nutty. It's in there somewhere, so it'll probably go across a little bit further.
Yeah.
Or is that?
Yeah, it could be Dampiria.
It might be. Yeah.
It's Dampiria. Damn it. Oh,
Ah.
so close. So we thought we were on. We saw this from a distance again. Perfect colour. We get up close and I think it's Dampiria. That's what we're after. We've run out of time coming up the canyon, which is a shame. But it looks decent, but there's just too much further to go and we need to get back before the sunset.
I'm happy to crash and burn at this point. It's gonna go well. Wait, is there anything in there? Probably not. There's lard. Surely it's lard.
Yeah, that's lard.
Fuck yeah. Put some lard.
Oh wait.
That looks doable, but this is what's been done before.
Okay.
So it's going to probably be like a rock scramble in parts. Okay, so yesterday, unsuccessful. Successful in terms of we looked in the right places, but we didn't find it. If it was there, I feel confident we would have found it. So today we're trying again. We're going to head up a lot higher today to drop back down into a gully where hopefully that's where it is.
Going up that.
What tree? Look at that guy over there.
Oh wow!
Rookie error. I forgot to take my thermals off.
That's wild.
Yeah, maybe half a minute.
Bugged.
Crushing it.
Yeah.
It's prickly.
You know, rock wallaby.
Yeah, there's a couple of rock wallabies around. There's one sort of up there, Max spotted.
Season purple and yellow is very in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that? Spring 2024. This hibbertia is so in right now. Whereabouts are you?
Going round and then down that.
Just dropped off the hill and now we're going down into the creek.
Where the second point of Prostanthera discolor was recorded. So this was where Colin and Robert found the second little population of discolor.
Yeah.
But they think it's like that one.
We are at the second point, and we haven't found anything yet. We've just checked the second point, and we didn't find it. Yeah, it's like being quite heavily affected by fire. So it could be that it did just get wiped out and it hasn't regenerated.
So
A bit of a hike back, so
Yeah.
we probably
yeah, we've got
need to
maybe
make a call.
10 more minutes down, or upstream, and then we're gonna have to turn back. So fingers crossed.
It's kind of like holding this whole rock up. Top of the world. So second day, a bit of a push, but unfortunately we didn't find it. You know, there's a lot of shadowlands out here, there's whole national parks.
We looked everywhere we should have. It was a success in terms of getting where we wanted to go, but we didn't find what we wanted to find.
What was once ideal habitat has since endured unprecedented fire, and we've confirmed it's no longer a place of residence for Prostanthera discolor. Sadly, this means that now the only known location is the reference population along Honeysuckle Creek. Though it is a bummer that we didn't find the plant in the Bayrami Valley, there is something a bit poetic that it potentially still does exist, hidden in an unburnt area somewhere in the shadows. Regardless, in the words of Colin Gibson, it was great to get out into the field to try to solve a few old mysteries and possibly to discover a few new ones.